guys? Afro CCW here, and as some of you probably know from a couple other videos, you know that I'm a fan of bayonets, especially older bayonets, more like World War II era style bayonets. But pretty much anything that you can stuff on the end of a gun and have a knife point now I find cool. So I'm going to go through real quick and just show you guys my bayonet collection. It's really, really small actually, but I'm kind of just putting up this video and asking other people that have bayonet collections maybe to, if they feel like it, just show theirs off and like link it to this video. And I will probably, like, I'll watch them all until probably approve all of them, unless they're not even having anything to do with this. But yeah, so here goes. This is the first bayonet that I got ever. And this is a bayonet. This is a Czechoslovakian bayonet for a 8mm Mauser, a Mauser, you know, a Mauser 98. Like most bayonets, especially World War II era bayonets, it's not that sharp, but you could definitely use it for some, you know, hacking and chopping and cutting, and even if it came down to it fighting, it would be a great fighting knife. As you can see, it has a long, thin blade meant for stabbing. I believe it's about a foot-long blade, so about a 12-inch blade, and then like a 6-inch handle, so it's a pretty big knife. The handle is backwards, as you can see. When it mounts on the gun, it has the blade facing upward for, you know, because I think what they were originally, I have no idea why the blade is upward on them. I don't know, but that's just how they made them. So that was the first bayonet I got, and I bought this one from a friend. You can buy these. They're not that expensive. They're only, they range anywhere from between $20 and $60 as far as I've seen them. They're not that expensive, but they're really cool knives. And even if you wanted just a big, heavy knife for chop and stuff, this actually does work fairly well if you were to want to sharpen it up into a decent edge. It comes with a metal sheath with a little kind of a belt hook kind of dealio. I've never really used it that much. It doesn't seem like it works very well, but I don't know. I've never really tested it. I think if you were to loop it like inside and have that on the outside of your belt, it would probably work just fine. And then, you know, you could pull it out, click it on your gun, and it would just work. So that's that knife, and this is a really, really cool one. So we'll go to the next bayonet I got, which is this one. This is a really cool one. This is a United States Navy. It's a Mark I bayonet for a 1903 Springfield. This one was made in 1918, I believe. Yep, 1918. It's got the heat treat marks. This one's got some cool marks, so I'm going to bring you in close. Alright, you can see right there it says SA. Right under that is the heat treat mark. And then under that it says 1918. You can actually see it right there. Then on the other side it says US, and then it has the serial number. It's got a weird smell to it actually. It's kind of a good smell though. It has the original wooden handles and everything. This is the button that, it's actually pretty simple. Let me try not to damage my table. The button just moves that, which locks onto the lug, the bayonet lug on the Springfield. The sheath, I have no idea what this is made of, but I don't know what it is. It's kind of like a plasticky polymer. It's like a polymer, but it's like a really solid polymer. And then it has a metal, the mouth of the sheath, I guess. This is a metal piece right here, and it's marked USN for US Navy, and then Mark I. Yeah, it has the attachment method for the original pistol belts that were used a lot in that time. And I think it has a drain hole. Oh, it's something I didn't say. The sheath on this one does not have a drain hole. But it's a nice metal sheath, and you could actually use that as a weapon in itself. For deflecting another knife or for smacking someone upside the head with it. I also forgot to mention that this one has its button right here, and it has a metal bottom. This one also has a metal bottom, but the handle's a lot smaller, and it's actually a little less comfortable, but I don't know, it's not that uncomfortable though. It's still a nice, comfortable thing. You know, its really main purpose was a bayonet. But yeah, it's still pretty nice. This one only has the factory edge on it, but it's still pretty sharp. You could get some work done with it if you needed to. And it's sharpened on this back. This isn't a false edge. This is actually sharpened too. So the blade length, just the length of the blade. No, we're not going to count like up this and then back down the back. Just the length of the blade is 16 inches, and then like a 4-inch handle, so it's like a 20-inch overall. This is the coolest thing ever. This was my grandfather's when he was in the Navy, and yeah, he has the rifle, the exact rifle for it too, and everything. And it's still all the original stuff, all original parts, and it still all works. So it's nice and it's fun. So I'm gonna go ahead and slide that into the sheath. Also, I didn't mention this one. Yeah, oops, sorry about that. This one you can put in the sheath either way. The sheath doesn't care which way you put the knife in. This one does not. If you put the knife in backwards, you're just going to mess up your edge a little bit. I'm not going to try to stuff it in there, but see, it won't fit in. And then to the last bayonet I have, only 3? Yeah. This one, as you can see, there's no handle to it. This is the bayonet for the Mosin Nagant Model 9130 that I have upstairs. It is basically a steel spike. That's what they're called, the cruciform bayonets, cruciform spike bayonets. And it works like it's sort of like an old, what are they called? Like an old muzzleloader or a musket bayonet, where you could just slide it right over the barrel, or in some cases you would stuff it down the barrel and it would just plug up the barrel and you could use that. But it locks onto the front sight post right there, so it doesn't require a bayonet lug really. So it makes the manufacturing process very, very simple, because you only have this one spring that just makes that spring loaded. It's actually very sharp, and this can be used as a disassembly tool for the Mosin Nagant because it makes a nice little screwdriver point. Yeah, you can take the entire gun apart with the bayonet. And there's only really 4 pieces, there's only 4 screws in the entire Mosin Nagant. The rest is just pins that can be easily pressed out with like the tip of a bullet. I don't know how much it costs to buy another bayonet for one of these. I suspect it's not that expensive. I suspect it probably like 60 at the most, maybe 80. I don't know. But most 9130s come with one. And there's a company, I think it's Brass Stacker, and they make handles for these that just work off of the way it attaches and make a handle. And I think they make a sheath for it too. I'm not sure though. But yeah, if you can check out Brass Stacker for more information on that kind of stuff. This thing's got all kinds of nasty markings on it, like the markings that when they put the markings on, it's just gross. Like they weren't trying to make it look pretty. They just wanted to pump them out. And actually, this bayonet, if you had a Ruger 1022 all-weather model, and then you had it threaded with the right size of a muzzle brake, you can actually put this over the barrel of a 1022, and it'll ride on there upside down, and it's actually kind of hilarious looking. It looks really cool. I might set that as my picture. I have a picture of me holding my 1022 with a cruciform spike bayonet on it. The bayonet on this one, it's about the same length as the Springfield. It's 16 inches, and then this little like 2-inch base or 3-4-inch base. Not 3-inch base, probably like 2.5 inches. So this one probably comes in at an overall 18 inches. Which is funny because this bayonet is longer than the barrels, or it's about the length of the barrels of most guns. But yeah, so this is my small bayonet collection. I have for now. I'm planning on picking up some other guns and bayonets. I want to get some AR bayonets. I want to find the M7 bayonet with a sharpening sheath, where every time you pull it out, it sharpens it a little bit. So every time you pull it out to use it, it's a little bit sharper than the last time, I guess. I'm trying to find one of those for not too ridiculously expensive, but you know, it'll all come in time. Eventually, I'll have my bayonet collection where I want it, but for now, this is all I got. Anyways, guys, I hope to see some other people post their bayonet collections as video responses to this, and I guess I'm out of here. See you guys later.